the show.
Peace, 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 peace.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Good, good, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy Saturday. It's good to be here. Good to be on the show. Good to see you, bro. It was a great intro you had too, as well, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. Things just moving slow in here. I got a little freeze.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, happy Saturday to you, most definitely, brother.
Yeah, brother. Always good. Always good to wake up on this side of the ground. Is what I always say. It's always a good day when you're able to do that.
Man, that's the ultimate blessing right there. That's where it all began.
Without question. Without question. Yeah, man. So I'm really excited about being on your show, on your platform. Thank you very much for having me. I'm really looking forward to the conversation. I mean, like, you've been doing some amazing things out here in terms of, like, what you're doing for Chicago, what you're doing for the entertainment industry in general. Just with that intro alone, seeing like, that's a visual representation of your resume in terms of, like, what you're doing and whom you've been connecting with. So I'm very excited to be able to share this with not only you but also your former guests as well too. So yeah, man, this is really great, man. It's feeling really good today.
Well, first, let me say this salute, and I just want to say welcome back. I want to welcome everyone back to the show to see again. My name is, you already know my name, Celebrity Interviewer. I said it, and again, this is the show where I have the opportunity to be able to bring you all the greatest interviews from people that's in the entertainment industry, media, along with people that's making a difference in the community. And this gentleman to my right, maybe to my left, whatever side of the world you may be looking on, I mean, I have a really talented gentleman right here from the land in Chicago. You know what I'm talking about? And man, let me just please introduce him. Please, again, welcome to the show, brother. He is an independent playwright, theater, film director, founder, and owner of the famous B-Side Studios LLC. And I'm talking about the one and only Maurice D. Proffit. Welcome to the show, brother, and salute to you.
Thank you. So all salutes back to you as well, too, my man. And thank you very much for having me on the show once again. I'm real honored, real pleasure being here, being able to share this time with you. Like I said earlier, you covered a lot of ground when it comes to independent Chicago arts, and being able to be included in that list really truly is an honor. So I'm really excited about being on this platform with you today, brother, and sharing this with you, having a conversation, and be able to chop it up. Yeah, man. But it's a really good day today.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And man, I'm just so grateful for them awesome compliments, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't ask for more. You know what I mean? To help start my day. So, man, salute again to you. But this is definitely all about you. We here to celebrate your legacy and everything you've been doing and all of your accomplishments. And, what I like to do here on this show is, just go back to the beginning of basically, how you got started. And so, if I may ask, where are you originally from?
Sure. So originally I grew up in Schaumburg, Illinois. It's a suburb. It's about 45 minutes to an hour outside Chicago in the northwest suburbs. And I came up out there. My mother, the late Larry Proffit, she brought me up in a very like artsy. Oh wow. That's what's up, man. I was not expecting that. That's what's up. She brought me up in a very like a very art friendly life in terms of like embracing the arts, embracing creativity, embracing like theater, and embracing film as well too. And because that was her background, when it came to like performing arts and whatnot and everything. So she was always made sure I was involved somehow, some way, shape, or form with the arts, whether it be through school, whether it be through church, the community. I was always involved in some way, like whether it be acting, whether it be like stage managing, helping out with like the programs. So it was some way, shape, or form. And because she was so embedded into the arts, she started her own theater company in Schaumburg called Powerhouse Productions. And Powerhouse Productions, they started back in they were founded in '98, but they had their first show at the Prairie Center for the Arts in Schaumburg in 1999 because she wanted to bring Black history to life out there, because there wasn't any type of like productions when it came to honoring Black history, Black achievement. It was always having to come back out to the city for that. And so she started the theater company for that reason, to bring an element of Black history to the village of Schaumburg. And from there, it's still going on. Here we are 23 years later or so, and it's still going on, in terms of like in our annual Black history production. So when she started that, I would work with her theater company, whether it be with marketing, whether it be with with helping out with ticket sales, whether it be stage managing, like I said, working the box office, or even being in the show itself. I would always had a hand in that. So my entire life, as far as I can remember, I was always engrossed and involved with the arts in some capacity. And after some time, because she saw that I had a knack for writing, and I wanted to kind of get my hand into directing, she gave me an opportunity to be able to write and direct one of her plays that she had, that she had coming up, and I did that. And that was my very first production that I wrote and directed. It was called Montgomery's Barbershop, and this was back in 2011. I want to say that the year was, and sometimes the years kind of escape me. And after that first production, it was like a drug, being able to have, salute my man Mark right there. Was being able to have that opportunity to really be able to showcase a talent that I had in me, but not be able to put it out there. It made me want to do it even more. So after that, I became the residential playwright and director for Powerhouse. And so every year I was always putting on a production. So I start off with just doing like one show a year. And as I wanted to, as I had I had more ideas that were coming through my head. You know how it is. I said it. Yeah. You know how it is. When you're involved and when you're invested into a project, you start coming up with so many other areas of creativity that you want to add to it, or you want to expound from it, or you want to build up above it. And that was what was happening. And so after some time, I started seeing that, okay, now my involvement within the arts has to be bigger than just this one show. And that's when I came with the idea of, you need to, start branching out, and and really being able to apply your skill set around town. So
Right.
so after that, like that's when the idea started to come into my head about like like really trying to form your own brand, but I didn't know how to do it. So it was really about like doing a lot of guerrilla work in terms of like how to figure out how to do that.
Right. Okay. Well, can we pause there for a second? Because you
Sure.
just covered a whole lot, you know what I'm saying, of information in a short period of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I told you I can go.
Yeah, you definitely you're a professional. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, everything you're saying, man, that's just incredible. You know what I mean? How first of all, how you was ambitious enough, to even want to do multiple things, and then at the same time, to have a mom right there to want to be supportive, because not all moms and households is supportive of children, especially if you have just outstanding, very out the box type of ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People are very traditional, like to keep it safe, but even everything that you've been doing, with some of the films and everything, it really is it challenges your thoughts, what I'm saying, and how you
Yeah.
feel and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing too, is that this is why it's parental involvement, guardianship involvement is so pivotal when it comes to like how you develop the child that you're bringing up, because you're right. I was very, very blessed and very, very fortunate enough to have a mother who was extremely invested in encouraging me to go in the path that that best suited me. She gave me a lot of like freedom in terms of like okay, like what is it that you like. Let's explore what the things that you actually do, truly do enjoy doing. What do you actually like doing? It was never about like, forcing me to go into this one direction because, that was like the direction she thought that was fitting. It was about the direction I wanted to create for myself. And because of that, she encouraged, okay, like, like because you like writing, let's look into writing courses. Okay, because you like to speak in front of people, let's look into, like getting yourself involved with like, public speaking or forensics or maybe or whatever may have you. Because you like wrestling, let's get you involved in the wrestling team. You know what I mean? Like, it's all those factors that show that when you truly do support, whom it is that you are looking after, they're going to tend to it, especially when they have that type of that type of like encouragement that's coming from the main source. So yeah, she really played a tremendous instrumental role in ensuring that I go into the direction that I go into. I believe in the phrase of create the life that you want to live. I really do thoroughly believe in that. And I feel that those seeds were planted then at that time when that encouragement was established. So, but that's really important though.
Yeah, definitely, man. And when it comes to theater and just the difference of film, what is the difference to you that you like most?
So between those two entities, yeah, because they are very much night and day. When we're talking about these two different ways of of storytelling, that the thing is that like they both have their own heavy positives. That you really do like, that you really like take a lot away from. With theater you have that live response, that live interaction with a live crowd. And when you're out there, when you're in front of people, naturally you tend to feed off of the energy that's being directed to you from the ones who are watching you. So when you feel them like rising up when it comes to like their emotions and getting excited and being very boisterous and being very loud with expressing like what they are feeling in terms of like what's happening on stage in front of them, you on the receiving end are really internalizing everything like what's being thrown to you. So of course you're using that energy being thrown to you to internalize it within you to give even more back to them. So it becomes a live, living, organic cycle of what's happening right there. What's happening right there at that moment. However, when it comes to filmmaking, when you're on set, that is the best beauty in the world, to be able to have the freedom of, you know, if something may not go right, or if a line gets dropped, or if someone's out of place, you can always, let's do another take. Let's do another take. Let's do another take. Let's do another take to make sure you get it right until it does get right. You know, with theater, it literally is, you are out there, you are live, you have one shot to get it right, and it has to be perfect all the way through. So as a director, I'm backstage watching the production happen, sweating bullets, because, you know, like, the entire time it has to be perfect, you know, all the way through. And even those little screw ups that might happen that the audience may not know about, they may not be privy to, you know, you as the creator in the back, you know, you're watching it, you're like, oh God, you missed that, but it's okay because the show must go on. Whereas, you know, with film, if you miss that, if you miss that little nugget that might be that might be missing, you can always either, you know, like, reshoot it, or you can edit it, you know, in post, or whatever may have you. But either way, you'll be able to get it. So that's what I'm saying. They both have very heavyweight pros. I personally, I love filmmaking. I just, because there's so much opportunity to be able to build and be able to create and really create something very brand new. Whereas theater really is cut and dry in terms of, like, you know, what it is. And, you know, yeah, there is room to be able to, you know, like, you know, grow and expand, you know, creatively to make it a little bit different from what you may have seen before. But it can only go so much far. Whereas filmmaking, it really is boundless. So I would say, like, you know, between the two, I would say filmmaking might edge out theater a little bit for me, to be honest with you. But like I said, they're both really, really great outlets. I think you're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No
Yeah,
worries.
thank you. Thank you again for explaining, you know, all of that with detail, because I know both me and my audience, you know, is very, you know, pleased with, you know, that answer. You know what I mean? You described it greatly. You know, now, again, even with that being said, now, do you like to enjoy to act in your own films, or are you a person who like to stay more behind the scenes?
No, put me as far in the back as possible, because you do not want to see me on the screen. No, I'm not. I've never, even though I have acted before, I have been on stage and I have been in front of an audience. I'm not known for my acting. Let's just say that. All right. So yeah. So, like, I'm probably, like, the last person who needs to be on screen or on stage. As you know, again, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not much of an actor at all. And I have tasted it before. It is cool. But yeah, I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of person. I'm more of a facilitator. I'm more of an organizer. I'm more of a planner. And that's why the producer field is so perfect for me. Because I approach all my projects like a project manager would, you know, for whatever project that they're working on. I look at all of the variables that need to be taken into consideration when it comes to, okay, like, you know, let's scout locations, let's obviously get a cast. Let's get let's find who's going to be our camera crew. Let's find an editor. Let's find an art department. Well, what we're going to do for marketing as well too, because all of those, I guess, spokes on the wheel, all those parts of the machine, you know, really keep everything going, and really is like what makes sure that the magic that's being done by the artists is actually able to come to fruition. And that, to me, that's extremely important. So because the acting part is not my strong suit, I'm not going to position myself nor sabotage a project I'm not going to put myself in that position where I'm going to, you know, sabotage a project, you know, or potentially make it not reach its potential. However, my strong suit, like I said, is more so, like, you know, the organization of everything and making sure everything comes together. So because of that, it's like, let the artists who are very key, you know, and very much embedded in this area of art do their thing, let me do my thing on this end when it comes to the organization. Let's bring it all together, and we can create something amazing. So yeah. So I much rather prefer being in the back, being off camera, off stage, making sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible.
Okay, absolutely, man. And that's very gracious of you, you know what I'm saying, to even think like that, to say that, you don't want to sabotage, your own project by putting yourself with ego, you know what I'm saying, just to be, what I'm saying, on camera as well, just, you know what I mean, just to be in the credits for that as well. So, hey, that's really big of you, you know what I mean? I really appreciate that. Now, when it comes to the name of your company, you know what I mean, I'm going to ask you, it could have been P-SAD Studios as in Proffit, right? It could have been M as in Maurice, M-SAD Studios. It could have been A-SAD and A Cassette. But why B-SAD Studios, B-SAD Productions? Where did that come from? Where was that derived from? What was the inspiration to even come up with that name? Because it's very creative. It really stands out. And I think it's dope, how you have it on cassette tape. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I don't have a picture up to put on this camera right now, but
Absolutely.
Yeah, that.
No, most definitely. I love answering this question as well too. All right, so I might be dating myself a little bit with my response, but I'm sure like some of your audience will be able to appreciate this. So here's my thing, right? When we were coming up, when we were growing up, talking to the kids out there who are watching, music used to come on cassette tapes. That was a primary way of how we were able to receive our music. And when there was, so you were getting a full album on the cassette tape, but there were the singles, and we remember singles. Singles were the cassette tapes that would come out, but the single only had probably about like 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 songs on it total, and the single was always the most popular song that was on the radio at that time. So the label would put the single out. So this way, you can get like a taste of what the album was going to be when the artist released the album. But side A was always the very popular song on the radio. Side A will be the popular song on the radio, and that'll be track number 1, and track number 2 will be the instrumental version of that song. All right, so that'd be the side A of the tape. However, side B of the tape would be the song that was not on the radio, that was not on the videos, that was not popular. However, it was a song that the artists themselves picked out, and they said, I want my fans to mess with this song. Even though it's not gonna be on the radio, I want them to mess with this song and listen to this song. So me as a kid, I was always drawn to go in and get a single, mainly because I could only afford a single. A single case will cost probably $3, $2-3. So I would be drawn to the singles, but even more drawn to the song on the B side of that tape, because the song on the B side of that tape literally came from the artist in terms of what the artist wanted you as a consumer to listen to, and they wanted you to have this. So I was always drawn to that B side, and I feel that because of the journey B side has gone through, this company, B-Side Studios, is a company that embraces the non-traditional, non-popular, quote unquote, artists, the very unconventional artists that came up. We embrace the unconventional artists. We embrace the artists that may not be known. We embrace the artists that may be that are the unsung heroes of art. And because of that, and because of all that, that's why it's it made sense to have B-Side Studios be the name of the company. Because since we because we really do embrace non-traditional artists, and because the B-side of that single tape was the song that was not so known, but it was good. It was unhidden. It was a hidden gem. That's how B-Side treats the way how we go through this industry. We here within this company, we have a plethora and we have a bevy of entertainers and products and productions that are all hidden gems. I said that I didn't go to like Columbia or NYU or any prestigious art school. I didn't go to any of those art schools. I came up very non-traditional when it came to how I was able to establish my brand and establish like who I am as a director and a producer. And so because of that, that's why B-Side Studios was like the most appropriate name for this brand, because that we embrace the unsung creativity that's out there. So it all derived from our days as kids. When we would go to the tape store, we go to Coconuts, or we go to the mall, or we go to the mixtape stand or whatever. It was always that side B that would really captivate me.
Hey, that's an awesome, tremendous answer. Never heard one better. You know what I'm saying? When explaining, you know what I mean, the backstory of your the name. And man, hey, you winning with that, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Now let's talk about some of these great films, TV shows, and everything that you produce.
Sure.
Then, but first, before I get into that, what is your inspiration behind saying that, okay, I'm not just gonna do one television show, one film, I'm gonna do a multitude of things and just continue to give people, you know what I'm saying, just a different angle and perspective of life. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, what inspires you to do that?
Absolutely. So just like the old saying, context is king, I believe that content is king. Content is gold. Being able to have something tangible that's out there, that's a living physical being in terms of like what was created, is absolute pure gold. Because it's undeniable. There are many movie studios that have made many bad movies, that made really terrible films and terrible TV shows, but that's a living entity that will live forever, and that's undeniable that it was made. And that's how I approach B-Side as well. I didn't want B-Side Studios to be just like a one-trick pony when it came to only just doing one thing. I wanted us to cover a lot of ground and do something very different in the city of Chicago. There are, and trust me, this is no shade or anything like that to any of the other production companies, because I have nothing but endless love for everyone that's doing their thing out there. But there are a lot of companies out here, whether it be like playhouses, theater companies, film companies, or whatever may have you, that are just doing just kind of like doing one thing and leaning on that, which is fine because that's what works for them. However, my vision for B-Side was I want us to always at every way, shape and form, we stand out from everyone else that's in this. Chicago is a very, very large family when it comes to the entertainment industry. It's very large, but at the same time, it's very intimate at the same time. So like, obviously, like we know, a lot of us know each other. We cross paths. We'll see each other at events and whatnot and everything like that. So we're all like, in the same group, but it's still very important. Even if you're with your best friends, it's still very important for you to be the one to stand out, to be the one that stands out like a sore thumb, to be the one that really is like the elephant in the room. And because like, we have these platforms that we're able to build from, whether it be like, within podcasting, like with what you're doing, or with filmmaking, like what I'm doing, or whatever it is, we have the freedom to be able to create the worlds that we want to see. And the world that I want to see for B-Side is a world that really does harbor a lot of different areas. And like we're talking about when it comes to content, B-Side, it's theater, it's film, it's podcasting, it's cooking shows, it's reality shows, it's game shows. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're also, we're getting into anime. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so many factors that are plausible to be able to build from. So it's like, if the factors are out there and they actually are attainable to be involved with, then why not? If you have the bandwidth to be able to really be able to bring these factors in and implement it into your brand, then why not? Like, it's attainable to grab it. So that's why, like, I really want like B-Side to really be different and really be able to be involved in many different areas, not just one.
Yes, sir. I totally agree, man. You know, if you are able, you know what I mean, why not do it? You know what I'm saying? You only live one time, and you know what I mean? And it's especially if you recognize what your purpose is out here, you know, then you definitely should continue to, you know, just pursue and be powerful, you know what I mean? And just as an opportunity to continue to help more with a bigger platform. So, you know, that's what my whole goal be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
you know, so again, you know, let's look at some of the plethora of this material that you have created, of projects, you know what I'm saying? It's just awesome. So I'll just hold them up on the screen if you can just basically tell us a little bit about it, maybe, and you know, and what it represents, and some of
Sure.
the actresses, the hosts or actors that's in it. Headline.
Sipping and tripping was just the best. Absolutely. Yeah. So this is this is a new podcast that we brought on board this year with Jessica DeLeola. She is the host of Sipping and Tripping. Jessica was I was able to connect with her through one of B-side executives. Her name's Chrissy Johnston. And Chrissy introduced me to Jessica, and Jessica's person has this bigger than life magnetic personality. Like when you are around her and when you talk to her, I mean, you just really gravitate and take to her instantly. And I was already in the mindset of like thinking about a new podcast anyway with B-side. And
Right.
I thought, and I'm like, Jessica would be perfect, you know, to be part of the B-side family, like, you know, in this capacity. And her show, Sipping and Tripping, which comes on every other Wednesday night, live on Facebook and YouTube, and also it's on Spotify as well. So check it out. But her show is about, it's wild. It's a huge ball of personality when it comes to talking about current events, when it comes to talking about fashion, when it comes to talk about like celebrity gossip, but always having special guests on that are like, you know, like local Chicago figures, in whether entertainment, business as well, financing. Like she really makes sure to, like, you know, like really bring in very in tune, very pertinent figures that will add to your life. Like for example, a woman. I can't. Her name escapes me right real quick, but she owns a black owned yoga studio. You know, on the on the west side. She brought in another woman who was talking about financial literacy as well too. The next episode that she's going to be doing this coming Wednesday night on November the 3rd, live on Facebook. She's bringing in Miranda Mayo from Chicago Fire, who's going to be a live guest on her show. So Jessica really does incorporate, like, you know, like just that really bigger, larger than life lifestyle, but also having, like, you know, like things that we can all like relate to, and how we can better ourselves as well too. But she has a fantastic show. I really highly recommend it. It's called Sipping and Tripping. It's a lot of fun. Jessica's very unfiltered. She's very unfiltered, but she is hilarious. So like she is really, really funny, like legitimately. And it's always a fun time with her. So check it out, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely recommend everyone to check it out. Yeah, so we have another man, I got a crazy info right now. I don't know why. But yeah, so please, we have a film that I bring up. This was the film that was on the poster that was provided by Isaidit Graphic Designs. And this movie right here.
Finding Dawn. Yes, absolutely. All right, so okay, a little backstory. So back in 2019, I won a grant from the various artists in independent film festival that took place. And the grant was to, you know, it was going to be a year of mentorship and also financing for a short film. Obviously, that was in 2019. 2020 happened, and we had to push everything back a year. And so this past summer, we were able to make the film. I wrote the film and I directed it, and did the casting as well. And I was very fortunate enough, very, very fortunate enough to be able to get who you see right there as the main figure on the poster, Miss Cinda Williams to be the lead of the film. And Cinda Williams, you may remember her from, she was in Mo Better Blues. It was Spike Lee and Denzel Washington. She played the love interest of Denzel Washington in that film. And you know, and Cinda has been like, you know, she has been like, you know, like just a legend when it comes to film, when it comes to theater as well too. I mean, she's done so much in terms of like, you know, the entertainment industry, and working with her was an absolute pleasure. So, you know, yeah, we were able to do the film over the summer, and we debuted it at the Various Artists Film Festival earlier this month on the north side. And currently it's making its way right now, like, you know, being submitted through the various film festivals. So it's gonna be making some noise. It's a very, very beautiful, pretty intense film, which I highly recommend everyone take a look at when you have the opportunity. I had the pleasure of writing it, and I have to say, it's some of my most endearing work that I've done.
Okay, and definitely I recommend everyone to check it out. You know, you put a lot of hard work into it, you know what I mean? And now, what makes it you feel like your best film?
Without giving too much away, the subject matter is the subject matter is something that doesn't really get recognized too much in terms of like healing, and
Right.
and also at the same time when I was writing it, unfortunately, while I was writing it, that's when I lost my mother. And a lot of what I was going through in terms of grieving and whatnot really was poured into that script. So you have nothing but authentic, organic feelings that's in that script that really does translate very, very well on the screen. So yeah, that's why, because it really does like come from my soul.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, my condolences to your mom.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. You know, I can see that she's a beautiful woman. Do you mind if I show the screen again?
Please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that she had passed.
Oh, no worries,
I had
man.
just seen the Happy Mom's Day when I was looking for your stuff.
No problem at all, man. But yeah, no, she like I said, she's a pioneer in this whole thing, and you know, a great influence in my life, obviously. So just a wonderful woman overall. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. May she rest in peace. You know what I mean? You definitely a product of her, and you turned out to be great, man. You know, you've done an excellent job. You know, with everything you've been doing. Very just challenging yourself to see what you can do, and you know what I mean. And I can relate, you know, by just doing a multitude of things as well. But you know what I mean. That's what I love about it too, is the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Of seeing, you know, can I do this too? Sometime, you know what I mean. And you know, just it's kind of seeing what you made of, you know, at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true.
And your projects, you know, that you leave behind is things that you made of. So, again, congratulations on Finding Don. You know what I mean? You know, I can't wait to, you know, check that out myself.
Thank you.
Now, on to this as well.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about this, please.
Oh man, you brought it back, bro. Man. All right. So man, this takes me back, man. All right. So when I was still doing plays, there was a stretch of time when I was doing, like, you know, more so like children's theater, right?
Okay.
And so I had this opportunity of being the residential. Excuse me. I had the opportunity to be the residential director at Skokie Theater. This is back in like from 2013 to 2014. And so what I did, I created a trilogy, and I created a trilogy based off of the story, like the story time figures. So, like, you know, we're talking about like Rapunzel, Red Riding Hood, Big Bad Wolf, Humpty Dumpty. Remember, like, all those figures that we grew up, like, you know, reading about when we were kids. Right. So I created like this, like the Enchanted Forest series. So I created this series where it was three different plays that all tied together that encompassed all those characters, but the story elements were not like kitty story elements. They were a little bit more mature in terms of content goes. Where it was a little bit more like insight in terms of like the delivery of the stories. So the first play was called The Trial of Goldilocks. So Goldilocks was put on trial for breaking into the bear's house, and it was all that stuff and everything. So it was like kind of like a Law and Order episode. The second play was called The Revenge of Red Riding Hood. It was Red Riding Hood because there you go. Oh my God, I can't believe you bring this up. It's great. Red Riding Hood, like at the end of Goldilocks, Red Riding Hood was like the one who set her up and all that stuff and everything. And it came about that she was like trying to like set her up. So she was sent to jail, but in the Revenge of Red Riding Hood, she gets out of jail and now she wants revenge on Goldilocks, basically. Okay. And then
excuse me 1 second. If I can double back.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is so great. You taking me back, bro. Yeah, that was the Trial of Goldilocks posters. Yeah, right there. That was great, man. So
I love this. That's really dope concept though, for real. Like that's really interesting. Marketing wise, entertainment wise, man, that's really clever, man.
Yeah, because I figured like if I was gonna be doing like a children's show, I wanted it to be where it was obviously appropriate for all ages, but at the same time where adults could watch it with their kids and be kind of like invested into the story as well. Like, this is interesting. I want to see what's going to happen. So using like kind of like real life situations in these stories. So example, like I said, it was a courtroom setting for Goldilocks. We're talking about a prison, like prison, and things of that nature within Red Riding Hood. And then for the Fall of Big Bad Wolf, this was the story about the Big Bad Wolf kind of like being like a dictator of the Enchanted Forest, and he kind of turns, and because of his power hungriness, so to speak, he used his power hungriness to really overthrow that government and become the overall leader and overall ruler, and completely turn that forest upside down. And everybody, what happened, all of the characters band together to overthrow this dictator. So like I'm saying, like, it's court, it's prison, and it's dictatorship, in the last story. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was appropriate for all ages, but at the same time, it was very interesting for even adults to be able to indulge as well too. But the Commonwealth, the Commonwealth of the Big Bad Wolf, that was Commonwealth, of Lord Wolf. Yeah, Commonwealth of the Lord Wolf. That was that was really that was the end of the trilogy. That's what kind of like summed everything up pretty much. But that was a fun time, man. I'm sorry, that just came out of nowhere. I was expecting to talk about that. That brought up some good memories, man. Right there. That brought up some really good memories.
Yeah. Absolutely. It sounds like you had a great time during that time, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we like to do on the show. We really celebrate the whole legacy. You know what I mean? The influences, the inspirations, you know what I mean? Some of the people that was intricate in your life that, helped you along the way. Did you have like a mentor?
It's funny you said that. So I never had an official mentor. Obviously, like, my mother would be there. But however, as far as like a mentor, I never had that. It was always like, just however I could position myself to learn, whether it be like watching from the side or picking someone's brain or whatever may have you. That's how I did it. And the reason why I laughed when you asked that question was because for so many years, I was seeking a mentor for so long, where I would got to a point where I asked one gentleman one time, "Hey, can I just shadow you? I'll shut the hell up on the side. I just want to be able to shadow you and see how this whole thing is done." And they were like, "No, I don't have time for that." And I was like, "Oh, jeez, wow." But it wasn't until I got the grant. When I won that grant, that's when I had an official mentor with Omar McClinton. Shout out to Omar. Omar McClinton, who became my mentor for that process. And I learned so much, under his guidance. But but before Omar though, there never really was one, and that's why I laugh, because I'm like, I wanted one so bad, just to be able to learn how to do things the right way, but it was always denied. So it was like, you know what, you gotta learn on your own, man. You gotta learn on your own. And real quick, and that's another thing that really did influence B-side, was because I had so many doors shut, closed on me in terms of closing opportunity, and I had so many tables that that said no, you can't sit here with us, where I got to a point where I said, you know what? I gotta create my own door, and I gotta set my own table. And when I came to that conclusion, that was the best decision of my life, because I realized I didn't need those tables and I didn't need those doors. I had my own.
I heard that. Salute to that. Straight like that. Because that's the honest to God truth, man. You know what I mean? We need us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All you need to do, you know what I mean, the God above, and anything to get done after that. Yeah. 100%. So now on to another project that you accomplished.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yes!
Yes, Rise or Riot. Woo, man, Rise or Riot.
This look exciting right there.
Oh man, this was intense. You want to talk about intensity? Woo! Yeah. So Rise or Riot was a play I did some years ago, and what this was about was this was during the height of unfortunately what is damn near the norm now, of police brutality and police violence against young black kids. And the story behind Rise or Riot was about these four teenagers. They were literally 1 week away from graduation. And so, of course, the last graduating from high school, and you remember how it was when, getting closer and closer to graduating from high school, your senior year. This is literally the best time of your life. Like, you feel like you are on top of the world, like you are invincible at that time, that last week of high school, approaching, your graduation. And these four teenagers who are in that element, were in that mindset, just completely happy and all that stuff and everything. One of them went out to grab a snack real quick at the corner store. He came out of the store. There was a cop who was, just being a real jerk and having a bad day or whatever may have you like that and everything. Took a lot of personal. He was engaging with this teenager. The teenager didn't really understand what was going on. The cop was mad and angry. The teenager was like, "Why are you so angry?" And boom, the cop shot him. The cop didn't kill him, but he shot him though. And so the rest of the story was his friends trying to figure out what exactly took place, what exactly happened, because no one they couldn't get answers. They couldn't get answers from the police. They couldn't get answers from the state, from the station. They couldn't get answers from anyone. So it took a lot of them digging deep into it to find out what was going on. However, one of the friends was at a point where they were like, "I'm sick of this always happening. Why do I always feel like we are always targeted?" The character's name was Cheeto, who got shot. They're like, Cheeto is not even like that, where he deserves bullets coming at him. He's all about Dungeons and Dragons and playing video games. He's not even about that life, whatever like that and everything. I'm sick of this stuff. I'm ready to burn this city down. So while this is happening with their friend, one of the friends, he's ready to rebel and attack, and the other two friends are like, at the same time, they're trying to figure out what happened, but also at the same time trying to calm him down and make him not go that route. And so there's dissension between them because of that. And so you're seeing all because of this happening, a lot of students are also feeling the same way, and they're all saying, we want to attack and we want to burn this town down. And when the truth gets out, that's when things simmer down a little bit more. There's a lot more clarity. The cop, he's brought to justice in terms of the consequences that took place with him. But like I said, Cheeto, he does not die in the story, but he's very pivotal in terms of turning things around when that truth comes out. and making sure that like like the friends they stay intact, and that the cop does receive the justice that was deserved. Or I'm sorry, that Cheeto received the justice that was deserved, and the cop, he deserves the consequences that were that were deserved as well too. So yeah, it was a very timely show, with dealing with everything that's going on like society wise. But that was a really great story. That was a really great story, a really great time as well. An amazing cast from what you saw right there.
Yeah, it sounds like it's emotionally provoking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Film, very drama packed. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, another film I love to check out of yours. Now with you being a person that's again so creative, you have so many ideas come to mind. You know what I mean? What is one of your all-time favorite? Matter of fact, please, Mr. Maurice D. Proffit, give me your top 3 all-time films of all time, whether they're independent of other people or just Hollywood films.
Sure. So
Top 3.
wow, top 3. My top 3 films of all time is that is so hard. But my top 3 films of all time that I'm like that I always go to has to be The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan. The Dark Knight. It has to be 2001: Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. And I would say Malcolm X by Spike Lee. The reason being is because Malcolm X is what made me want to be to be a filmmaker and be like Spike Lee. Spike Lee was like my hero growing up. I remember going to see that movie with my brother and his girlfriend at the time, and I was probably like in 5th grade or something like that. I want to say I'm dating myself once again, but watching that, like I remember there were times where I was watching that movie and I couldn't tell if that was Denzel or if that really was Malcolm X on the screen, and because that's how good it was, and to me to be able to create something like that to me was magic, and I'm like, however that is done, I want to do that. And because Spike Lee's style really stood out to me, because he had a very unique style in terms of like the way how he made films, with using the dolly movement and all, and using very warm colors, on the screen, and using jazz as as an undertone when it comes to the score. Like his style was very distinctive, and to me, that was seeing that this man put his signature on his films in this way. It's what really made me made his film stand out to me the most. So I would say, but Malcolm X is what really made me want to become a filmmaker. That 2001: Space Odyssey is just an amazing 2.5 hours of pure, unfiltered art. It's just pure art. And Stanley Kubrick to me is a mastermind genius when it comes to visuals and delivering very, very unconventional ways of visual storytelling. And for him to do what he did back in the 70s was really way ahead of his time. Like I'm talking about decades ahead of his time. And so I would make sure to really read up on him and everything, because what he was doing was amazing. And Christopher Nolan, especially with The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight to me is like the greatest story of Batman that's ever been made. The greatest one. I love Batman Begins, but I think The Dark Knight was what really stood out the most to me, and it still holds its own. The way how he was able to combine this superhero story with the score from Hans Zimmer, and be able to bring this very dark, very disturbing element, with the Joker, involved as well too. I mean, and at times it was almost like damn near frightening, like what you were seeing. But the way how he created that world with The Dark Knight, was unbelievable. And plus, it was filmed here in Chicago, so I mean, you're always gonna get pluses in that end. But those 3 gotta be my top 3 of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. But being filmed in Chicago had that energy, a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? To make it, give it a more frightening type of feel, I feel like, what I'm saying, when you film in predominantly particular environments or areas, you're gonna receive that energy that come with it too. You know what I'm saying? That's what some people you sleep on, I think, or they pick up on, I don't know. But
Yeah.
man, I appreciate you sharing, your top three because what I mean, that's something again that me and my audience was I'm just curious of, like some of the movies that you watch when you're not behind the person, behind the camera, doing the directing and filming and creating.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
with that being said, I was going to ask you too, like, who's your top directors? But obviously Spike Lee, tops them all. But is there other two people that you would put with that name with Spike Lee, the great Spike Lee?
Yeah. Saying pretty much the same directors, Stanley Kubrick and Christopher Nolan is those are the ones I pair with them. Also like honorable mention to like Martin Scorsese. And also there's this one director. He's not like well known. His name is Yorgos Lanthimos, and he's a Greek director, and he created some films like The Lobster and The Killing of the Sacred Deer and the Favorite as well. It was nominated for an Oscar a few years ago. But his way of storytelling is really is just like very like like I said, it's like way ahead of its time. Like and he's a current director right now. But those are like my top 5 directors though.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you sharing that. Thank you very much. Now, to jump back into some of your film work and everything that you've done, you talk about I Want You to Want Me.
Yes. Oh man, I'm sorry. This is so much fun, man. Just seeing all these memories, man. Yeah, I Want You to Want Me. This was another play, another stage play, and it was a romantic comedy, and it was inspired actually by real life events between a friend of mine and I. So, in a nutshell, basically what it's about two separate couples going on a double date together, right? And that double date turned out to be the worst night of their lives. It turned out to be like the double date from hell. Like everything that could go wrong. It literally was Murphy's Law. Whatever could go wrong does go wrong. And it was inspired by a friend of mine and I. This is way back in high school. We were dating these two. We were dating these two girls, and they were sisters actually. And it was a perfect situation because him and I, were best friends. And I was dating one girl, and he was dating the other girl, and they were sisters. So of course, like we were all four of us were like we're inseparable all the time. And one night we went to Navy Pier, all four of us, and it was like it was like it wasn't Valentine's Day, but it was like just saying like a couple thing or whatever like that. Saying like walking Navy Pier, and saying like have some lemonade, just kicking it.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I don't want to give too much away in case someone wants to watch it, but it was like the most like something happened that night where it was like the chances of that happening was probably like 0.0000001% chance of it happening, and it happened, and because that happened, it created this domino effect, which really did ruin the entire night. It was bizarre. And so I use that real life story and implement it into the story with these two couples, where these very left turn, out of this world, what the hell happened type of situation came about that really does ruin this date. It really does really go left. But that's it's still a very very relatable story. We've all had dates from hell. We've all been on dates where everything went south, everything went wrong. But it's a really good. It's very funny. Those are some really great actors as well too who are involved with it as well, and it had like a good message as well too when it came to self-worth and your partner being being positioned to be very worthy in your life and whatnot. So it's definitely something that a couple can watch they can laugh at, they can relate to, and they can have a lot of fun with as well at the same time. But yeah, that was a lot of fun though.
Okay, definitely. Congratulations on that play. You know, man, it sounds exciting again. You know, what I mean, again, something I would recommend. You know, everyone to check out. You know,
Yeah.
everyone in the all your cast members. You know, they look excited and you know everything. Like, you know, that's what's up.
Oh man, yeah, that was a good time.
Definitely. Congrats. Okay, again, just jumping around a little bit. You know, I hope you don't mind.
Oh no, dude, I'm loving this.
You know, we're at the top of the hour, so you know, I feel like it's appropriate for me to go to where it was a beginning for you. So can you talk about, you know, how special of a moment this was, and how
Oh
special of a
man,
person next to you, and who she and what she means to you, and you know how she's been an influence with your career and the support.
1,000,000%, man. Look at us! Wow, that was our wedding day. Oh, that was 11 years ago on October the 10th, 2010, 10/10/10. And
Wow.
that is my wife, Christine Proffit. Christine and I we met in high school. Wow, we met in college, and yeah, we met in college, and you know, and we've been like inseparable ever since. You know, like. Man, look how young my brother looks. Wow, that's crazy. I'm sorry. I haven't seen this picture in a long time, so I'm just tripping out. But no, she's been my rock. She's been my everything. She's been, I mean, just beyond supportive when it comes to everything that, you know, I've been doing, like what we've been working on in terms of like building up B-side as well too, especially. And she, you know, she plays a major role in terms of like, you know, always being in my corner and always encouraging. That's not her, but that's Chrissy, who I told you about earlier though as well. But I'll explain more about Christine in a second. But Christine though, yeah, no, Christine, we have like yeah, we've been together as a couple officially since 2002, I would say. Since 2002. And we've been like we got married back in 2010, but like you know she's always been my rock, in my corner with everything, always supportive and encouraging me, pushing me to be better as well too, always pushing me to be better and to be, you know, even greater than what I was yesterday as well. And you know, obviously like you know that's my heart, that's the love of my life, and that's my soul right there. So of course like you know she fulfills me and she makes me whole in terms of like you know the man who I am today that you see before you. So. But it's always in my corner. Chrissy, who was in the other photo.
I'm sorry, I jumped the gun with that picture.
Oh, no worries. Oh, no worries. No, but her though, I mean, she plays a major role as well too. Yeah, she plays a major role within B-side. She's excuse me. She's the director of branding operations within B-side. So she does a lot when it comes to representing the brand at like, you know, at various events, like marketing the brand, marketing B-side as well too. And in addition, she has her own podcast called Buzzin' Cousins on the B-side Studios brand. But Chrissy, Chrissy's absolutely amazing. Her mind in terms of like, you know, her eye of what she sees within the arts, especially within theater as well, is really, you know, it's light years beyond a lot of people who are in the business, and she always like you know it has my back when it comes to like making sure that this brand continues to grow and operate the way it does. So but salute and love endlessly to both my wife Christine Proffit and to my partner in crime within B-side, Miss Chrissy Johnston as well.
Absolutely. Salute to both of them women. Blessings.
Absolutely.
Now, what memory comes to mind when I hold this picture up?
Oh man! Oh dude! Oh man! Holy crap! Wow. Okay, I know. The thing is, it's super blurry because we're talking about the MySpace days. So you know, we were still working with digital disposable cameras. That's time. So that's why it's yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, so this was my nephew. Okay, wow, they're so tiny. It's crazy. These are my nephews, my niece. So my
Okay.
nephew in the blue and gray shirt, his name is Monty.
Okay.
Nephew in the middle, with the little white shirt on, his name is Matthew. And in the pink, that's my niece Marie.
Okay.
So this was Matthew's. I can't. Oh, how old was he? I want to say he was like 5, maybe. I think it was like his 5th birthday party,
Mm-hmm.
and this party was way out south. Like it was deep in the hundreds. It was deep in the
Yeah.
hundreds. Like I can't remember. I can't remember the exact address, but it was deep in the hundreds. And I was coming from the north side, in Logan Square. Now at that time of my life, I did not have a car. All I had was a CTA pass, and
Yeah.
and I remember it was February of whatever year that was, and it was snow. It was snow everywhere. It was cold. It was snow. It was nuts outside, and it took me 2.5. It took me 2.5 hours to get from where I was to out to that party, and it was crazy because because the bus could only take me so far, and to get to that party. Like when I finally got out to the hundreds, and I had to walk, like I had to walk what felt like forever just to get to that spot. But nothing was gonna stop me from attending my nephew's 5th birthday party. And
Right.
yeah, so yeah, man. And you see the heavy coats and everything. That's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah.
cold and it was a lot of snow, on the outside. But but how happy they were that I
Yeah.
got there. They didn't know I was coming, so it was a surprise as well too. But how happy they were, man! It was just like it was so worth that crazy travel getting out there. But man, that was man,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
dude, you taking it back, man, crazy, yeah.
Man, I like to
Oh my,
jump around a little bit, man, and just again appreciate, all due respect, different sides of your life, me, and because I'm sure, you know, they're obviously a great influence, and you love them a lot
oh,
to have to continue that travel to 2.5 hours and then get off the bus and have to walk. You could have been like, man, forget all this, say it's too cold outside. I'll see them next
right,
time. I'll see them on the 6th birthday. You hear me?
right,
But yeah,
right,
you kept going. And
exactly.
what do you contribute to your diligence and your patience to see things out? Because I know even a film, me, I've never done a film myself. I've edited. I do videography. I edit videos and things of that nature. So,
Yeah,
but the longest video ever edited was like 40 minutes or something like that.
okay.
So, where does the patience come from to see it out? And then when you see a mistake and you just got an hour, 2 hours worth of film or project in front of you, and you got to go backwards, so
Yeah,
far, and may have to do things over, like, so where does that patience come from? What do you contribute to your diligence?
yeah. It really is the joy of having a completed project, and even be able to just to follow through on something that you set for yourself. There was a there was I used to have like this little inspirational card, and it was like one of those. I if you it's one of these, if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to describe, but it was one of those little small cards that were probably like this big. It was like an inspirational thing or whatever it may have. You used to see them a lot back in like the early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one that I had though, it was titled "Promise Yourself,"
Mm,
and it was saying, promise yourself that you will not hold yourself back. Promise yourself that you will see forth to be your best. Promise yourself that you're going to see the world. Promise yourself, you know what I mean? Like it was like, various like, motivational lines of promising yourself to be really the best version of who you are. And this came out like before that term was, as prevalent as it is now. And
mm,
to me, that really resonated with me deeply, that this is, yeah, like, you owe it to yourself. You always owe it to yourself to see things to the end. And because of that, you know, that's what really fuels me to always, no matter what, to get to the end, no matter what it takes, no matter how painful it might be, no matter how hard it's going to be, and no matter what you have to sacrifice. But you push yourself and you promise yourself to see this to the end because you told yourself that you're going to make this happen. And when you tell yourself that you're going to make something happen, you owe it to yourself to see to it that it does happen and that it does get to the end. So I approached that type of tenacity with everything I do across the board, whether it be like we said a second ago, whether it be going to my nephew's 5th birthday party, whether it be making sure that this film or this production actually is complete in a timely fashion. Because I told myself that it's going to happen, I got to make sure that I make it happen for not only for the audience, not only for the public, but to do it for myself as well too, because I need to have that fulfillment. So yeah, that is what really pushed me in the right direction to ensure that the objective and the goal is always met no matter what.
Okay, salute to that, man. Straight up, you know what I mean? Because that's very important, you know what I mean? That's giving 100% caring into the watcher, to the viewer, to the person that's going to enjoy your film, your project, your play, you know what I'm saying, your show at the end of the day. So, you know what I mean? That's what's up, man.
Thank you.
Just greatness. That's what's up. Black excellence over here. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Thank you.
Very talented, man. So now let's talk about another project that you have.
Yes, adultish. Yes. This. So this show, this was another theater production. This was in a nutshell, it basically is a modern day Black version of the movie Big. Remember Big with Tom Hanks?
Yeah, I love Big.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a modern day Black version of the movie Big, and that really is the best way to sum it up. This was about but it's everything what you remember from Big, but it's just very very modern, very 2019 when this came out. This was a really fun show, very colorful show. I mean, really great time as well too. A really great story, and even like what you see, with the poster right there, he's wearing a suit, on top half, but the bottom half is baggy jeans and some sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So we really did embrace that entire concept. When it came to that whole storyline. But that was a fun time, man. And this is where I actually met Chrissy as well too. And after this, we've been inseparable. But this is a really good play, a really fun time.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, what event was this? Y'all having some fun.
This is great. All right, so this I'm glad you brought this up because this was done during the pandemic. This was during I would say this took place actually this was like a year ago this month. This was last October. And what B-Side was doing, since we had to pivot because we went into 2020 with an entire calendar of events that were already set up of what we were going to do. But because the pandemic happened, we had to pivot and we had to readjust ourselves. And so what we did with Sidon was we were going to go more digital. We're going to do a lot of our stuff, through virtual ways of presenting our product. Now, this, however, we took a page from Versus. How Versus is like the biggest thing in the world right now? We took a page from Versus, and that summer, we did our own version of Versus called Beat Fighter, like Street Fighter, but Beat Fighter. Yeah. So we did our own version. So we did that solely on Facebook. So we did it virtually. And then we're like, okay, let's do another one, but let's do it in person because this was around, like I said, this was October last year. This was when things were like, okay, like we can be together, but let's keep it limited in terms of the people around us. So there was only about 6 of us who were there that night doing that. But we set up shop at Intellectual Radio Studios in out in the west suburbs. We set up shop at Intellectual Radio, and we had another versus battle basically, and it was John, the tall man in the back, and Ruben, the man off to the far right. And so John, exactly. And so John, he was representing all West Coast rap. Ruben was representing all East Coast rap. I'm sorry, 90s East Coast rap versus 90s West Coast rap. And we had them set up on opposite sides, and they both had their computer, their laptops set up with the speakers, and they went song for song pretty much. We went live on Facebook. People interacted, saying like, "Oh, that's my song." And, "Oh no, he pulled that out." What? So people interacted with it. They had fun with it that night as well too. John's wearing the crown. As you see, he won the championship, but Ruben would say otherwise. But it was just a fun night, man. It was a fun night. Like I said, we're doing our own version of Versus. It was called Beat Fighter. And yeah, man, it was just something. Once again, it was something that we wanted to create and bring to the people and bring to everyone out there. During a time that was just so weird. So, but that was a really great time, though.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. That was very good. What you all turned out. October. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying, yeah, it was a really great night. Yeah.
Yeah, man. October is actually the month when I started this show last year. We just did our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, bro! Congrats, man! Congratulations. That's just huge.
Yeah, straight up, man. Again, it was during that pandemic. I know what it took for me to I basically I used that pain and everything I was going through during the turmoil that was everyone was experiencing, what I mean, and just kind of turn a negative to a positive. So can you speak a little bit about, your 2020 and how, things kind of, like you say, kind of went left, but how you still stood your ground and, still got things done, accomplished, and, things of that nature.
Most definitely. Yeah, and like I was saying a minute ago, we went into 2020 with an entire calendar that was already set in place between the Black History production. We were going to do another comedy show that spring as well too. We were going to premiere. I did a film called Rap Mom the previous year. We were going to premiere it that summer. We had a play that was already in the works that we're going to do in the fall to celebrate Latino Heritage Month, and then we're going to close out 2020 with a one woman comedy show. And like I said, the entire calendar was set. With the events, with the marketing, with the venues, everything was in place. And then boom, the pandemic hit. And so what happened, I remember after, when we realized that we weren't going to be, we were going to be in this situation for a while, I had a meeting with some of the people that worked with B-Side, like, Chrissy and a few other people that that worked with us, like John and whatnot and everything. And I said that, what really is going to be important is the way how people readjust this year. We're going to see it's either sink or swim. Either there's going to be people who are going to be making things happen, or they're going to be people who are going to be watching and waiting for things to happen. And I said that even though we are in this really weird situation where our plans have gone out the window, we can't sit around and just wait for things to happen. We have to be on this side making things happen. Whatever it is, we have to do it. No project is too small to take on, and no project is too like meaningless to take on as well too. We have to continue going back to what we said at the top of the show. We have to continue to still make content no matter what it is. I don't care if we go on Instagram Live and have a conversation. I don't care if we go on Facebook Live and just chop it up for an hour or whatever. We have to continue making sure that the B-side logo that's behind me, that tape, and also the ratings insignia has to be visible. And that's exactly what we did. Like I said, like that summer, we did the Beat Fighter series, that summer. We did we put together a back to school grants for some of our younger actors who have worked with I remember who've worked with B-side before. Oh, it's all good. We a back to school initiative for some of our younger B-side actors who have worked with us. We did like I said, like what we saw right there, the live Beat Fighter series as well too. And there's a few other things that we did also, but that was the thing though, was making sure that we were still in the public eye, still showing that we were creating content and still showing that we were active, whatever it was. And because of that, the hitting blessing that came from that was showing that, hey, like there's so much more that we can do with the brand, that we don't always have to necessarily be live in in a venue. And that's what came about. Like, okay, let's set up a network of podcasts. Because Chrissy had an idea for a show. Like I said, I had an idea for Jessica as well too. And there were a couple other things that that were kind of coming out the woodwork where we realized we didn't have to be in front of people. And so that's where the podcast, the cooking show, the reality show, the reality dating show, Wine, Dine, and Go Live. That's where all that came about. Was because the pandemic showed that we can be very versatile and very effective at the same time without having to be physically somewhere. So the pandemic, I'm not trying to romanticize it, but the pandemic really did, as bad as it was, and as bad as it is, it really did bring a lot out of all of us together to show that we have a lot to be able to offer everyone that's out there. And so a lot was learned from that period of time.
Yeah, because a lot of other companies grow to start overnight. Especially with online sales, with with things of that nature, people selling different items. Now again, and thank you again also for sharing that too, because that's very key. To in reference to where you are now presently, with things you are doing, because you kept going during that awful time that it took it. We had a lot of suicides. Like suicides was at an all-time high, unfortunately, during this pandemic and everything. So, but you kept going, and I know things is tough because it's just like a pressure. Sometimes to come with it. To have to keep going to show that you are still active. Because it's like people, our audience is dependent on us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they don't see the pain or the sad of, when we lose somebody sometimes, or, that we have to grieve as well. They just want that next project. So how difficult is it for you to, just continue to maintain, continuing to put out projects despite whatever obstacles or, what do you call Mother Nature, or, just the things that happen in life that just happens.
Yeah.
How do you keep going?
Like I said a minute ago, it really is just keeping your promise to yourself. And like I said, like I said earlier, we went into 2020 with a plan that obviously when that did not happen. But to me though, I wanted to make sure that what I told myself would happen was still going to happen in some capacity. And so that's why it's like, really being able to hold yourself accountable to yourself and ensuring that what you have put out there to the universe actually does come to fruition. And even, with an act of God like this, when we come to the pandemic, an act of nature, an act of earth, that really is needing a reset of itself. It's going to reposition you and reposition your mind from where it was at a minute ago. Like kind of like what we said at the very beginning. Like, you know, you have a plan. You have a plan. It's funny how you have a plan for something, but then something like the universe tells you otherwise. But it's okay when that happens, because when that does happen, that I feel brings the absolute best out of you to really be able to showcase what you're made of, how you're made, and what you're gonna make from it. And when you're able to really, like, you know, really understand that and really be able to embrace that, it's okay for your original plans to not fall through. But what are you going to do about it, though, if that happens? What are you going to do to make it either better or make it work for you? And that really is like when you go into that lane, I really feel that you really do pull out the best from yourself. You really do pull out a side of yourself that you may not even have known was even there originally. And when that happens, you walk out on that other end even better than what it was that you walked into, whom you were when you walked into it. And so, yeah, I feel that, like, you know, that really did help all of us, you included as well too. That really did help all of us become even better versions of ourselves. And it really was as sad as it was, you know, in terms of the pandemic and what it did to people. If it really did work out for you, it really did make you a much better artist overall.
Yeah, man. Much respect, man. And yeah, definitely, it's all about how you maneuver, man, around things, because there's always gonna be things placed, like you say, by the act of God. You know, the things that just happen. It's gonna be in your way. You know, it's how you maneuver around it, how you get around it to still get your job, your mission accomplished, whatever it is that's in your sights. You know what I'm saying, to
Yeah.
manifest. So yeah, man, it's been real good, man. It's been great, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this was fun.
You know, to really get in depth to know, you know, the background of, you know, behind B-Side Studios, aka B-Side Productions. You know what I mean? And how can basically people best continue to support you and contact you, or even if maybe they are ambitious to want to be one of your actors or actresses
Oh.
in the future.
Oh, absolutely. Without question. Our doors are always open. I always say that B-Side is open 25/8. We never close. We're
I like that.
always going. We are always moving, always going. And if you have the want, the need, if you feel you have the desire within you to move forward into a space of acting or a space of entertainment in some way, shape, or form, in any capacity, feel free to reach out to us. You can find B-Side Studios on Facebook, just like, you know, just searching for B-Side Studios and look for the logo. This is our old logo that's behind me, but we still use it. But the logo that we use primarily is the one that looks like a ratings insignia. So look for B-Side Studios on Facebook. Look for us on Instagram, B-Side.studios. So you find us B-Side.studios on Facebook, Instagram. Same thing with Twitter as well too, bside.studios. And or you can visit our website, bsidestudios.net as well. There it is. Thank you very much. Visit our website. You can see our work right there. You can also, like, you know, be able to reach out to me directly and contact me. Or if you just want to find me directly and want to reach out to me, I'm very easy to find. Look for me, Maurice Proffit, Facebook, MRPROFFIT on Instagram, and the same thing with Twitter as well too. So for like Instagram and Twitter, it's Mr. Proffit, so MRPROFFIT, that you would find me on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, please reach out to us. I encourage everyone to, like I was telling, I said it earlier, that, you know, we are really great with taking in very non-traditional and unconventional talent as well too. It doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter what your level of experience is. If you've never been in front of the camera, never been on stage, never been on the mic before, but you want to have that experience, you want to be able to see like what it's like, you have a home with us. So please, you know, feel free to come with us, and we'll be more than happy to bring you in and work with you and help you grow, because we're all about seeing artists grow to their best potential, to reach their furthest and biggest potential, and go beyond what they even feel they're capable of going beyond of.
Definitely, man. Much respect to that. And again, salute because, to open your door to anyone, and to be willing to train, when you have already shown great success at everything that you have done, but to still leave your door open, when a lot of people on the other end of the spectrum, sometimes when they reach the success or get to the, people complimenting them and patting them on their back, that's when they close their door and make sure they put a double lock on top of it too. You know what I'm saying? Just in case
True.
try to look get in or someone left the door.
That's so
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's so true. They even put a bookshelf in front of the door as well too, like making sure nobody else
Yeah,
can and doing
yeah.
everything possible to block people. But that's totally we're not about that at all.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Again, brother, you know what I'm saying? Salute. Much respect to everything you're doing, man. I'm very proud of you, man. Brother to brother, you know what I'm saying? Black man to black man, man in business to man in business, you know what I'm saying? Straight up from Chicago to one to another Chicagoan, man. Straight up, man. It's not easy out here. We'd always have support, but yet, you managed to be very successful what you do. And I was going to continue to wish you, greatness and all your visions and things that you're trying to manifest come into reality, even bigger and better than you envision, and safety over you and your family and all those people that you love, and people that love and look up to you, admire you, you know what I'm saying? So straight like that, man, you know what I mean? It's one love over here. You got my support right here at isaidit.tv.com, and you know what I mean? I welcome you to stay around if you like, if you have the time today. You know what I'm saying? Then
Yeah.
actually what I do is I shout out all my sponsors and people that are media partners of mine, and just like a couple of projects that's going on.
Absolutely, most definitely. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for having me, to be able to be a part of your show, to be on your show, to be able to share your platform with me, and be able to talk about B-side. You're doing amazing work out here, brother. For real, I see the way how you're moving. Once again, congratulations, and salutes to you, for 1 year of being a part of this, being a part of this industry, and really building your brand to what it is. You're moving amazingly, brother, for real. And the way how your entire platform is set up is really admirable. And it's going, it really is nothing but up, nothing but up and forward for you as well. So thank you again for this, man. This is, I can concretely say this is probably like my most favorite interview I've ever done. This really is. This really is amazing. And man, I've been on Channel 7 before, but this right here,
Yeah.
this takes the top championship, because this is a great conversation, man. Thank you again, bro.
No, much love, man, and that's definitely the goal. You know what I mean? I want to be, you know what I mean? I want to, touch people's emotions. You know what I mean? And just really have them be able to relax at the same time. Be able to be open to share things on this platform that they may don't feel always comfortable sharing on other platforms because maybe they wasn't asked in a respectful manner or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when we ask questions, we ask the wrong way, but because we too thirsty to find out what the answer is instead of just being respectful enough to ask in the correct manner. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like I don't know, whatever like that.
That's true. That's true. That's so true.
That's just off the top. That's just off the top though.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Again, thank you so much for taking your time today for being here. Again, much success to B-Side Studios, B-Side Productions, everybody that's been a part of your cast, all of your actors, hosts, everyone that's affiliated with your team. Much love and blessings to them too. You know what I'm saying? It's one love, and I encourage to us to continue to network. I would love to network with you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Without question, yeah, we definitely need to, like, talk more. I might be able to help you out with, like, some things as well too, as you'll be able to help me out with some things. Is also, we have if you're looking for more guests to be able to bring on, please let me know. I can help you out in that area. And yeah, let's definitely keep on encouraging each other. I 1,000,000% back that. 1,000,000%.
Well, definitely. One thing I do ask, and I appreciate that. One thing I do always ask my celebrity guests is if you know another celebrity that maybe needs a little bit more attention, maybe someone who's forgotten about, overlooked, or just what I'm saying, someone else that's just doing some really powerful things out here, mover and shakers. You know what I mean? Please send them to me so I can continue to celebrate their legacy also on this show. But I do offer artist spotlight and business spotlight interviews for those that like to invest. You know what I mean? For another great interview on this platform to be affiliated with everyone that's been who I've been blessed to to interview. Man, it's been a great journey. So far.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely already have some people in mind for you already. So I'll shoot those over to you after the show today.
Love. Yeah, man. But yo, again, I recommend everyone to continue to follow Mr. Maurice D. Proffit. Appreciate his time today. You know what I'm saying? That's his website. Go there and it's very informative of, a lot of outlets to shows and movies and other plays that he has written and produced. So hey, continue to support him. You already know why, because I said it. So yeah, man. So at this time, actually, like I said, you're welcome to stay around, brother. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna, shout out some of the other people that support me on all the time on sponsorship and you know and other things that I do.
All right.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
So real quick, and again, I appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. So first person I want to shout out is MIA Entertainment Group, out of Atlanta based. And man, she's just a tremendous person, you know what I mean? Very kind hearted. Recently had a birthday again. Happy belated birthday, despite I did catch it live on your birthday. So I don't know if it's appropriate to say happy belated. But anyway, man, much love to Mimi Acosta. You know what I mean? She just does awesome things. She works in production. She's an actress, been in this industry for 30 years, maybe plus. And man, just doing great things. And she's affiliated with a new show called Bars and Beyond. So I recommend you all check that out. That's a live studio program, you know what I mean, TV show. And man, they have some great hosts over there also. So man, just continue to support that too. So shout out to Mimi Acosta, MIA Entertainment Group. So make sure y'all support her all day. She's actually a sponsor of both my Show Off Your Talent Best Clean YouTube video contest that I do last Friday of every month. And she's also the sponsor for my Tribute to Women event tour that I do on a regular basis. And I'm really trying to push to somehow honor some more women before the end of this year, but I'm gonna keep y'all posted. So just stay tuned to my page, you know what I mean? Much love and peace to the queen, to the black queen all day. Man, I definitely want to shout out streetscienceradio.com. One of my sponsors, this is actually one of my brothers from another mother, and he's actually real life my brother, like, what I'm saying, not blood brother, but my brother, like day one. So man, make sure y'all support my brother, streetscienceradio.com, doing some amazing things. Been in radio for over 15 years now, and just making history. Let's take a time out and man, just shout out everybody that's on this custom backdrop of mine, that's usually was previously in the background of my show. But as of recently, something that happened behind closed doors, so it's not there, but it's all good. We haven't forgot about you all and everyone that participated with backdrop. It will be featured again soon. Stay tuned. Support every brand and every logo that y'all see on here. You know what I mean? For real. I said it. Yeah, also I want to shout out my brand ambassador, man. She's all the way reside in the Netherlands, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in Western Europe, you know what I'm saying, near Amsterdam, you know what I'm saying, like Holland, over there that way. Man, I'm talking about LJ Wicks, the one and only at LJ Wicks. And she's actually the first Dutch female MC, first Asian female MC, first lady of ultramagnetic MCs in hip hop from the Bronx, LJ Wicks, who's been rapping since 1982. Yes. So think about it, man. If y'all never heard of her, and I just told you she's been rapping since 1982, I mean, it ain't hard to put together, man. It's the science behind this. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a lot of styles that we hear and celebrated today, what I mean, it came from her. It was generated from her soul, her spirit. So let's continue to celebrate LJ Wicks. You know what I'm saying? Jump on the bandwagon. It ain't too late. You know what I'm saying? She's been around for a long time doing her thing. She's contributed to hip hop. She's one of our pioneers. I said it. Much love, LJ. I got you. So yeah, also I definitely want to shout out Just Me Magazine. And she's right out of Chicago. And I'm talking about justmemagazine.com, and the publisher and owner and founder of this publication is Elise Boswell. And beautiful lady, does really great things. And I'm just really proud of everything that she does. And I just like to, just shout her out and make sure and recommend you all visit her publication. Despite I have a publication coming myself, I still support all other magazines, publications, everything like that. Let it be known. But support justmemagazine.com. PC. Appreciate you. Yeah, also, let's not forget about Sophia Latrice, and she's actually the founder, owner, CEO behind Lanisi Alex Spa. And LanisiAlex.com is the website where you can find a lot of information about her. But man, she's doing some great things. I love the logo. Um, and man, she's just really helping people up and lift their self-esteem, because how you look, how you feel is how how you look is can translate to how you feel a lot of times. So when you look good, you feel good, and that's what she's doing over there. She's helping people look good at your best, the best version of you in the physical. So make sure y'all visit our website, LanisiAlex.com, and her spa is located in Plainfield, Illinois. And every Monday, actually, so that would be in a couple of days, she does Man Crush Mondays for all kings, all us fellow kings. She does 10% off every Monday. Just use the code MCM number 10. Yeah, now shout out also my friends over at Urban Grind TV. Shout out to my brother Wally, what I'm saying? Gave me, great opportunities, what I'm saying? I was first connected to Wally by my brother Tony Jordan. So shout out to Tony Jordan from Culture Zine LLC. But man, what I mean? Shout out to Wally, man. He's given me a lot of great interviews on his platform over the years. They have a huge platform. They reach over 250 million. So man, if y'all not in tune, get in tune with them ASAP too. So man, appreciate y'all. Shout out to my friends over at lifeandentertainment.com. And this the owner, actually, the beautiful founder, GinaHills.com. And man, you can just, she's doing a lot of great things and services that she offers to people as well. And you can actually find a lot of information at her website. And actually, this is another small post of hers, because she does interviews as well, promotions, advertising, marketing, and recognition. She works in media and promotional resources, and she covers the red carpet events throughout the country. So I'm just really proud of Gina and everything she's doing. I'm very proud to say that soon you will see my show over at Life and Entertainment as well through the XOD network. So man, shout out to my brother, saying, Blue Smoke Entertainment, actually. And Blue Smoke, y'all not hip to it, man. It's time to get in tune like today, not tomorrow, but like right now. Shout out to the founder and CEO, Tion Brown, aka International Skrilla. You know what I'm saying? And he's a great recording artist, engineer, producer. He does it all, man, like for real. And this is his company, and he holding it down overseas, but originally from Chicago. Yeah, and shout out to my media partner, the legendary Cynthia Traveling Queen Agency LLC. And if you would like to see any parts of the world that you never saw, this is the travel agent that you need to go to. I would highly recommend. Check out Miss Cynthia, Cynthia Traveling Queen. Her number actually is 561-670-2525. Or just visit her website, CynthiaTravelingQueen.com. Yeah, absolutely. And also, we can't forget about our friends, Tori Girl Media Entertainment.com. You can definitely visit her website. And Tori Girl, she's I welcome her with open arms to I said the management. She's gonna be actually she's one of our new media partners and going to be working with my publication that I have coming up dropping on what day? Come on, man. Y'all ain't been paying attention. 11/11, man. It's dropping. We actually going to be doing our launch party 11/11. So, man, make sure you all support. And I appreciate all my sponsors, everybody that's rocking with me. Just none but love. I'm grateful. This actually the event that I'm referring to. This is my launch party. It's totally official. It's going down at the main attraction. Um, Presented by Isaidit.com and Miss Felicia Juicy Williams. And man, she's doing big things. She has a great, beautiful spot over there in Hammond, Indiana, and it's called the Main Attraction. And you can find her and us at 6018 Calumet Avenue, Hammond, Indiana, 773-949-1840. You can email mainattraction00@gmail.com if you would like to book your own spot, event, or anything of that nature at the main attraction. And as you see on the flyer, I'm going to be actually having live poetry, freestyle dancers, cater food, fashion show, and which I forgot to add, which will be on the next flyer that I create under I said graphic designs, will be singing. Yes, I'm grateful to say we have a tremendous singer on hand that's going to be doing her thing, and I look forward to it. But man, dun 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 dun, what we all came for is to see what this front cover looks like. That's what we all came for. It's the launching of it's the official launch party. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna show what the front cover look like. I'm gonna have a big jumbo size poster of it. We're gonna reveal it, take the cover, snatch the cover back, reveal the veil. You know what I'm saying? What's behind the veil, man, it's gonna be crazy. But man, so y'all definitely wanna be there, like for real, for real. It's gonna be off the chain. We not it's not what turn it down, turn it what do you say? Turn it up. What's the turn it up? I don't know. I don't keep up with all these young folks. I just do me, man. I'm just saying it's going down, it's going up, it's going sideways, it's going inside, it's going out. We going in. You tell me, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? Then tell somebody. So yeah. And again, thank you again to all the sponsors, everyone that's affiliated with the publication. I'm just really excited to be working with everyone. Now, let's not forget about my friend She Bananas. Yeah, yeah. She's actually a radio celebrity personality over at My Radio Chicago. And she just been doing really great things. I'm just really proud of her and everything that she does and brings to the table. And she's also can be found throughout the week, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., doing her show called The Afternoon Kickback. And like I say, that's on My Radio Chicago. But again, salute to her because I'm so proud of her because recently she just became the first lady and manager at mainstream radio over there with DJ Little John. So shout out to DJ Little John and the whole team of mainstream radio. Really proud of everybody, man. Y'all just doing y'all thing, man. It's just good to see, when a black man, black woman establish something new, you know, foundation, giving other people a platform to build and just um, to do their dreams. So shout out to DJ Little John for what he created with mainstream radio. And of course, like I said, make sure y'all support She Bananas. Yeah, yeah. On the afternoon kickback. There she go. And that's what I'm saying. That's all you gotta do. It ain't hard to support. You just do it. And again, y'all are tuned in. We are live here at Celebrity Interview where I said it show, man, where we feature another great interview. And if you missed it, man, y'all definitely have to rewind this. It'll be on this YouTube. So man, only this we're only where you can find all my interviews for right now to the end of the year at least. It'll be here on my YouTube. Then I'll be on the Life and Entertainment XOD network and another network that I'll be speaking about as soon as it's confirmed. So yeah, man, I'm just grateful. Straight up, all the time. So again, thank you for everyone's support, like all the time. And man, actually the other day in reference to show off your talent, best clean YouTube video contest that we conduct the last Friday of every month. We had a little, technical difficulties. What was that? Just yesterday. So what I'm gonna do is we rescheduled it, and we're gonna be doing it November the 1st, which is this Monday from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. So please tune in to see who the winner is representing the month of October. So again, these are my October celebrity judges that you see with pictures. Um, International Skrilla, Mimi Acosta, and Tony Jordan. Tony Jordan is our guest celebrity judge. Every month we bring in a celebrity guest judge, but our two permanent judges is the CEO of MIA Entertainment Group, Mimi Acosta, and CEO of Loosemo Entertainment, Tion Brown, aka International Skrilla. And if you all like to just ever participate with Show Off Your Talent, best clean YouTube video contest, all you have to do is send in your video link, your YouTube link. And again, I specify, I might have to specify this on the flyer, but I want to specify that it's very important. You cannot send me an MP3. A lot of people send me MP3s and things like that. It must be the direct link in your YouTube, and it must be in video form, whether you are singing, dancing, doing poetry, or rapping. That's what it is. So okay. So please, I highly recommend and encourage you all. Just send me your video. It's free to the end of the year. So that's the last thing we talking about today. So again, I want to thank everyone that tuned in with us live. I had a great time just celebrating the brother, Mr. Maurice D. Proffit. You can find him over at bsidestudios.net. And again, he is an independent playwright, theater, film director, founder, and owner of the famous B-Side Studios LLC, aka B-Side Productions. And you will definitely check out his brand new movie called Finding Don, which he says is his best film. So, you definitely want to, check it out. And man, y'all know I gotta stay working, keep moving, and actually, I usually don't do back-to-back interviews, but we is tomorrow, we is today. So tomorrow, I'm grateful to say you can find me with Miss Laura Poindexter, and she's actually the founder of Unshakable Faith Productions. She's the 2020 International Screenwriter of the Year, and many, many other titles as you see on the screen. And we're gonna celebrate her tomorrow, actually, on Halloween. So man, I'm excited about that too. But um, but man, make sure you all share this video. Thank you again for everyone that tuned in live with us. If you ever wonder who I am, I took the time the other day and kind of wrote down, who I am. What are some of the things that I do. So this is something I'm going to make sure I share with the show, just so you all can stay familiar with who I am. Who your host is, and some of my accomplishments and other things that I'm affiliated with, because I don't just do interviews, with all due respect. So yeah, again, thank you for everyone that tuned in live with us today. Much love. And man, y'all already know how it go. Y'all already know how it go. If anybody asks, I said it. Peace, blessings. See y'all tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon. Don't be late.